Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Coming up, we visit the Reichstag. I encounter some protesters by the Brandenburg Gate. We look at a bit of history at the Brandenburg Gate. I walk down the middle of a runway. Visit Checkpoint Charlie. Look at the TV tower. And admire the Brandenburg Gate some more. So let's get into it. But on today's video, we're going to be looking around the sights of Berlin. So yeah, let's get into it. We started off at the Intercity Hotel by Berlin Central Station. And a little bit different today. We walked all the way to Tempelhof Airport. Been to Berlin a couple of times. Never been to Tempelhof Airport, so I thought this would be a nice little change. And see some scenery on the way. As you can see, it was an absolutely glorious spring day in Berlin. Perfect for a walk as well. I might not have done this walk if it wasn't. The Reichstag building has an interesting history. Constructed between 1884 and 1894, it served as a German parliament building up until the end of the Second World War in 1945. In 1933, the Nazi Party set it on fire, and this was a key aim in taking over Germany. In the 1960s, it was brought back to its former glory, and it was used for exhibitions and special events. In 1995 and to 1999, it was further restored and brought back into use as the German Parliament building after the reunification of the country. Here's a picture from the 1970s of how the Reichstag used to look. I was in Berlin on International Women's Day. In Germany, this is a national holiday. As you can see, there was a big protest going on by the Brandenburg Gate, going up towards the Reichstag. The Brandenburg Gate used to be on the border between east and west in Berlin. As you can see here, a lot of barbed wire, etc. Back in the 1970s. I walked past the Berlin State Parliament. Interesting fact, Germany has 16 separate states. After a lovely walk, I arrived at Tempelhof Airport. Tempelhof Airport was constructed in 1923 and closed in 2008 amid controversy, which left Tegel and Schönefeld as the only two airports serving Berlin, until both were further replaced by the Brandenburg Airport in 2020. The Nazi Party significantly increased the size of Tempelhof Airport between 1936 and 1941. At one point, it was one of the 20 largest buildings on Earth, but it also formerly contained the world's smallest duty-free shop. Really strange, I'm just like walking on the runway. I'm going to do a separate video next week on Tempelhof Airport, looking at the airlifts and a bit more history about the airfield. Just to finish though, in August 2009, Berlin officials announced that it would be turned over to the public as a public park, becoming Berlin's biggest public park in 2010. This is open between 6, 7 and 7:30 AM until sunset, depending on the season. Definitely worth a visit if you're in town. After this, and a scare with a flat battery, luckily I had a power bank on me, I got the underground back into Berlin city centre. Actually went the wrong way on the underground system. This was the only time, which is quite good for me. I was planning to go straight to the TV tower area, but noticed I was near Checkpoint Charlie, so got off to have a look at the Berlin Wall. As you can see here, some of the last bits of the wall, but also a comparison with some old shots from the 1970s again. By the time I got down to Checkpoint Charlie, the same protesters who were by the Brandenburg Gate had also made their way down here. I highly recommend visiting the museum at Checkpoint Charlie. Some fascinating history about the Cold War there. After having a little look at the history around Checkpoint Charlie, it was time to get the metro down to the TV tower area, where I decided to have some dinner. The TV tower was constructed in 1965 to 1969 by the government of the German Democratic Republic, or East Germany, as both a functional broadcast facility and a symbol of communist power. Didn't have time to go up the TV tower while I was in Berlin. I highly recommend that you book in advance though if you are planning to do so. I'll put a link in the description to the website for this. It had to be Berliner currywurst and a pint. Absolutely great food in the restaurant I was in, although they did forget that I was there, as I was a solo visitor. Once again, really lovely food. After this, decided to have a walk back up towards the Brandenburg Gate area, taking in some of the scenery on the way. Trust something to be kicking off by the British Embassy, eh? That's where we end this episode, guys. Thanks for following. Don't forget to come back next week for more videos. Cheers.